Corrections working with Customs and Immigration Enforcement, ICE. The importance of corrections working with outside law enforcement agencies. And in this case that I'm going to talk about today, that would be ICE. Everyone knows what's going on right now in the country. First of all and foremost, I would like to make it perfectly clear that the people that are being sought after by ICE right now are your violent criminals that have a detainer, we have a warrant on them, and we want to get them off the streets and out of our country. I'm going to talk for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to show you a 2-minute video from the sheriffs here in Florida and their take on working with ICE and using our jails and prisons. Number one, the sheriffs will tell you, stop scaring all immigrants. We are not after all immigrants. We are after criminals, the criminal element, the bad apples. Our sheriffs here in Florida have said, hey, if you're working out here in Florida in our fields and on these farms, we're not after you as long as you don't have a criminal record and a detainer. Anyway, I'll let them explain it at the end. What I want to talk about is corrections partnering with all other law enforcement agencies. And we do that. And a lot of people do not see this part of corrections. We work with our local law enforcement agencies, our Sheriff's Department, our Florida Department of Law Enforcement, our police departments, our first responders, our firefighters, our nurses, our EMS. And we must train with each other and stay in touch with each other and help each other build on our policies and procedures. And that is why ICE is one of those entities we work with. Number one, we can provide ICE with a list of inmate names who have detainers on them. Once ICE has that list of inmate names, what else can we do? Well, instead of just releasing them on the street to be back on the street, and criminals, wanted criminals, and ICE having to find them, and it's much more dangerous to apprehend them again or arrest them again on the street, and a lot of taxpayer money would go into finding them. We already have them in our jail. So we give ICE a list, and they either come get them or we transport to them. So what I'm saying is, from custody to custody is the safest way to keep these illegals off our streets, not turn them back loose and let ICE worry about finding them again. It makes no sense at all. So we work as partners together, which we all should in the criminal justice system. We should all work together as one unit. Each entity in the criminal justice system is just as important as the other. From the street to the jail to the court, all the way through the criminal justice system. So it is very important that correction officers, corrections in general, work with ICE to help get this problem solved quickly, effectively, and as safely as possible. What are some of the problems you're going to hear about in this 2-minute video from the sheriff? Lack of space. Our sheriff here said he has about 30 beds available for ICE detainees. Other sheriffs are saying we're pretty tight. There are prisons working as well with ICE. So what corrections needs is some help from the federal government to help fund for more beds or space. Will that happen? I don't know. But I just wanted to get this out here. I'm going to let the video come up now and let the sheriffs, who are the professionals, explain it in their words and what they're dealing with. I thank you for watching, and please remember, corrections works with all law enforcement agencies together as a team to help solve problems and keep the community safe every day of the year. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for this video. Gary York, True Prison Story.
I'm Rebecca Petite. Sheriffs across the Bay Area will be joining Immigration and Customs Enforcement's mass deportation effort. Sheriffs in Florida are working with ICE to identify and remove criminals who are in the country illegally.
There is no room for discussion about those who are in this country illegally, who are victimizing our citizens, who are committing crimes, who are disobeying our laws. There's no room for discussion about that, and these people need to go, and they need to go today.
The Florida Sheriff's Association announcing Monday every county jail throughout the state will operate under ICE's 287G programs. It allows ICE to delegate immigration enforcement duties to local law enforcement.
There's a number of ways that sheriffs and other local law enforcement agencies can help ICE, and we should help ICE, because ICE does not have the resources to do it alone.
One part of the 287G program allows officers within the jails to be trained and certified to serve warrant detainers when someone who is in the country illegally is booked.
If they have a detainer on them, ICE is notified. When that person is ready to leave the jail, our staff can serve that warrant on them and hold them for an extra 48 hours, and then ICE comes and takes them into custody.
This program will be up and running in Florida jails in the next 15 to 30 days. However, there are resource concerns with the lack of space in some county jails.
We've got to have the federal government create capacity. I think last week I had 30 beds. The sheriff, I think he's got them sleeping on the floor.